Three PH players get wildcard to Philippine Women's Open main draw. Manila. 3 Filipina tennis players will be competing in the main draw, while another will be in the qualifiers of the first-ever Philippine Women's Open. Philippine Tennis Association, Filter, Executive Director Tonet Mendoza told ABS-CBN News that UAAP Most Valuable Player Kay Amana is the third wildcard entry to the main draw of the WTA 125 tournament. We're very happy to inform you that we've also upgraded the wildcard of Kay Amana from qualifying to the main draw, she said in an interview on Thursday. Amana initially booked a ticket to the qualifying draw after winning the playoffs held at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center in Manila last week. The University of Santo Tomas player outlasted her rival Elizabeth Abaquez of National University, 7-6, 7-2, 6-2. Mendoza said Abaquez will now get a shot at entering the main draw, after they upgraded Amana's wildcard slot. The runner-up during the playoffs, Elizabeth Abaquez, is going to be in the qualifying draw. So we've given her the wild card also. Yeah, so there are now 4 Filipinas, Alex, Tenny, Kay, and Elizabeth, she said. The Filter official said they reminded all the players who competed in the playoffs to be ready for any development. WTA number 49 Alexila was given a wildcard to the main draw and has confirmed her participation in the historic tournament, while rising tennis star Tenny Mides likewise got a ticket to the main draw, as one of the top players in the Philippines. The Philippine Women's Open is set from January 26 to 31st at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center in Manila. 3 wildcards, 1 dream. Philippine women rise at the Open. When the gates of the Philippine Women's Open slowly opened to the world, they did not only welcome international stars and seasoned champions. They also welcomed hope, homegrown, determined, and unmistakably Filipino. Through 3 coveted wildcard entries, the spotlight turned inward, illuminating the journeys of 3 Philippine women who now stand on the main draw stage, carrying with them more than rackets and dreams. They carry a nation's belief. Wildcards are often misunderstood. To some, they are merely invitations. But for those who receive them, wildcards are recognition, proof that perseverance has been seen, that potential has been acknowledged, and that dreams, when chased relentlessly, can find their way onto center court. For Philippine tennis, these 3 wildcards symbolize something greater than individual opportunity. They represent progress. The first, the fighter from the provinces. The first wildcard belongs to a player whose story begins far from elite training centers and polished courts. Raised in a small provincial town where cracked cement courts baked under the sun, she learned early that passion could compensate for privilege. Her first racket was borrowed. Her first coach was a volunteer. Her first victories were earned through grit. Years of regional tournaments hardened her game and her spirit. Losses taught her patience. Wins taught her belief. While international exposure remained limited, her consistency in local competitions and her refusal to give up on difficult matches caught the attention of selectors. Now, standing in the Philippine Women's Open main draw, she is no longer just a provincial standout. She is proof that talent does not belong to cities alone. Each swing of her racket echoes the silent dreams of young athletes training in overlooked corners of the country. The second, the comeback story. The second wildcard tells a story of resilience. Once considered one of the brightest junior prospects in the Philippines, her rise was interrupted by injury, one that threatened to end her career before it truly began. Months turned into years of rehabilitation, self-doubt, and watching others compete while she remained on the sidelines. Many would have walked away. She did not. Instead, she rebuilt herself, physically and mentally. She returned to smaller tournaments, accepting early exits and tough draws, learning again how to trust her body and her game. Slowly, her confidence returned. Her strokes regained their rhythm. Her competitive fire burned brighter than before. Granting her a wildcard is more than rewarding talent. It is honoring courage. Her presence in the main draw is a reminder that setbacks do not define careers, comebacks do. The third, the next generation. The third wildcard belongs to the future. Young, fearless, and unburdened by expectations, she represents the next chapter of Philippine women's tennis. Still balancing academics with professional ambition, she has already shown flashes of brilliance in junior and transition-level tournaments. Her game is raw but explosive, shaped by modern training and an eagerness to learn. For her, the Philippine Women's Open is both a test and a classroom. Every rally against experienced opponents is a lesson. Every match is an investment in what she can become. The wildcard offers her something invaluable, belief from those who see her potential even before the results fully arrive. She is not here to simply participate. She is here to begin. Beyond the draw. Together, these three wildcards form a powerful narrative. They represent different paths: grassroots struggle, resilient comeback, and youthful promise, but converge on one court, under one flag. Their inclusion sends a clear message: Philippine women's tennis is growing. It is investing in its own. It is no longer content with waiting for heroes to emerge elsewhere. For young girls watching from the stands or through screens, these players are mirrors. They show that the road is difficult, but possible. That opportunity can come to those who persist. That sometimes, a single wildcard can open a lifetime of doors. When the first ball is struck in the main draw, records will eventually be broken, and champions will be crowned. But long after the final point, the impact of these three wildcards will remain, etched into the slow, steady rise of Philippine tennis. Because sometimes, the most important victory happens before the match even begins.